welcome to this week's edition of Frontline Faith,
your source for faith-based news in Ellis County with events happening at SAGU and in the community. I'm Elijah Munden.
And I'm Kat Burns here in the Hagee Communications Center. Have you ever wished you could travel back in time? That's exactly what Waxahachie, Texas offered the community this past weekend in the yearly event Bethlehem Revisited. Here's Elijah Munden with the story.
Here at Central Presbyterian Church, the community was able to step back 2,000 years and experience the nativity scene. Throughout the journey, the site was set to resemble the daily life of the city of Bethlehem.
There are over 200 actors that stay in character inside the walls of Bethlehem. We have 3 large camels that come up from Waco every night. There's a sheep, there's ghosts, there's all kind of people. There's market people, there's people at the inn.
Visitors were able to come and interact with the people of Bethlehem as well as pet the adorable animals. Bethlehem Revisited has been a treasured part of the community of Ellis County for the past 21 years for its true message.
Bethlehem Revisited means the Bible to me. It means giving that story to somebody who may never, believe it or not, know what the Bible is, especially to the children. There's not one religion or one set denomination or anything. We want it just to be about the birth of Christ and about telling people that story.
Not only did the guests leave with a joyful heart, but so did the volunteers.
I'm wearing a not real baby belly, and somebody came up and actually wanted to pray for me, and so even while I was in character, they prayed for me, and so that was just one of those moments where it was really neat seeing this different perspective.
Families come together in enjoyment as they celebrated the birth of Christ, making it a memorable experience to start off December. For Frontline Faith, this has been Elijah Munden. SAGU will be saying goodbye to a key member of the Harrison Graduate School. Here's Caleb Brown with the story.
Dr. Robert Harden is currently the Dean of the Graduate School at SAGU. With his guidance, the program has had the ability to grow tremendously.
We came here in 1988, the summer of 1988, and here I've taught undergrad and grad classes. I've taught Old Testament when I first came, Scripture and Ethics, Romans and Galatians, did the prophets of exile and restoration. Also again did the practical theology classes with leadership and ministry, church administration and leadership, those classes.
Some of the qualities about Dr. Harden I appreciate the most is that he's an encourager. And so in the work environment, that's very important because there's a safety in that field that I know I can try new things, and that even if I make a mistake, I know that he is going to be there to encourage me, and he's going to give me a chance to grow.
Dr. Harden was a pastor before he took the dean position, but God had different plans for his life.
It was a call. God placed his call upon my life to teach. There were other things I could have been happy doing. I enjoyed pastoring. Before I became dean, and while I was teaching here, we pastored a church in DeSoto, Texas for 9 years and taught here. That's been over 17 years ago. So we've been doing this. We've seen the graduate program grow from 3 master programs to now we have over 21 master programs, and we have 1 doctorate.
One of the qualities of Bob Harden is that he is a builder in his heart. And when he came to the grad school, he saw it as a building opportunity. He made goals every year for students coming into the grad school and ways that he was personally going to get out there, visit students, have opportunities to tell them about the Harrison Grad School.
We grew. We just, at the first, especially at the first, we grew numerically, we grew in programs. The last 3, maybe 4 years, we stagnated. We hit 300, and it didn't seem like we could go any higher.
He took the graduate school from something very small, and it has been under him that the graduate school has grown. Under him, we've added a lot more degree plans. We now had our enrollment last semester was 370, which was our over 370, which is our highest number.
Dr. Harden has given 17 years of service as dean, but with retirement coming up after this next semester, he's able to focus his time on other important aspects of his life. One thing he looks forward to is more time spent with his family.
We have our grandsons here and our kids, so we'll always be here part of the year. So it's travel, looking forward to doing whatever the Lord asks us to do, with no 8 to 5 or having to feel like I have to do it as something that, we'll just look forward to.
I'm Caleb Brown, reporting for Frontline Faith.
Waxahachie put on their annual Christmas parade. People gathered showing off their floats that expressed their personalities, establishments, and so much more. The streets were packed with joyous laughter and boughs of holly.
There's a lot of background stories on the SAGU football team, and junior running back Stephen Free has one that will make you want to get out of bed every morning. Here's Jeremy Carr with the story.
Fear is not real. The only place fear can exist is in our thoughts of the future. It is a product of our imagination and our lives, and this is how Stephen Free conquered the fear in his life.
Growing up in a home with a single mother had its highs and its lows. At times it was very, very frustrating to know that all my friends had fathers in their lives that, they would come home to and they'd be able to throw the football with. My mom was constantly working. At one point in time, I wanted to give up. My mom always told me to never give up. And she really pushed me to continue to do whatever I needed to do and wanted to do. One day, she came home and, told me I was going to be playing football. She had already signed me up and I had no choice. And this is something that, wasn't I don't want to do this. I had wanted to do this. And what I did find was a father figure through the coaching staff. And I always remember Coach Smith. He was like a father to me. He always, took care of me. I always made sure I ate. I always had somebody to talk to. He helped me through a lot of things as a, a young adult, young kid, growing up when I actually didn't have a father to actually, guide me.
Despite being from a single-parent home, Stefan uses it as fuel to throw in a fire of desire to continue playing football and becoming a student athlete.
High school, I had no offers. No coaches were really pushing to get me out to their school. I contacted a lot, heard no responses. I was really a good student, but I was in the lower part of my class with grades, and that caused me to lose a lot of potential places to go play football. We never even thought SAGU was a place. He told me about it, and that was just an opportunity for me to go out and showcase my talent. The day of the combine, I really, stood out. I feel like I stood out more than anybody else out there, and it showed. I was actually offered a scholarship.
As a wise man once said, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. With Frontline Faith, this is Jeremy Carr.
Bah Humbug! Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol was presented by SAGU Theater this past weekend. Family and friends came down to watch a spectacular show held in the HCC auditorium. Under the direction of Ronnie Blunt and the support of the Communication Arts Department, SAGU Theater interpreted the classic story of A Christmas Carol. The play tells the story of Ebenezer Scrooge, an old miser who is visited by the ghost of his former business partner, Jacob Marley, and the ghost of Christmas past, present, and yet to come. Throughout his journey, he learns more about the effects he has had on other people, and he also learns more about himself. He is taught the true meaning of Christmas by being a cheerful giver and having a happy heart. Bah Humbug and a Merry Christmas.
Coming up next, we'll have Christmas at SAGU and Savelle Prayer.
At Southwestern, not only do you meet new friends and caring teachers, but you also meet lovable RAs that encourage the student body. Erica Childs is a member of the excellent RA team here at SAGU. Here's Cassandra Velasquez with the story.
From Oklahoma State, Erica Childs took the challenge to pursue the call of God and bravely took the next step by coming to her dream school.
If God wants it to happen, it'll happen. If He wants you to go to SAGU, you can go to SAGU. And that just changed my whole way of thinking. And so I started having faith that God would provide the money for me to go to school here. And so I ended up getting the money I needed and been here ever since.
Already in her junior year, Erica has become an inspiration to many by becoming an RA in Savell's 3rd East Wing. She is greatly loved by her hall and by her dorm team.
You can tell every time she says room checks are her favorite time because she gets to just have an excuse to walk in to our rooms and talk to us. And you can sense that, how much she loves being our RA.
She has just brought us together to talk about our theme for the hall, which is for such a time as this, and she's really empowered us. We've even done stuff like make crowns together.
She treats us as royalty. That was kind of her motto when we came onto the hall.
And she's also bought us little Christmas socks to wear and to celebrate.
Erica is majoring in communications with the hope of interacting with people, and so far she knows the right way to do it.
We will go get coffee at Fresh, or we'll just hang out in the lobby. I spend a lot of time just hanging out in the lobby of Savell, just chatting and doing homework or just goofing off, playing board games or stuff like that. My best friend Amy and I love to watch movies, so we're always, getting together just to watch movies. We love Disney movies and musicals.
The other day, we were sitting together in her room and we were just laughing at stupid stuff. We were looking at Instagram and Snapchat and stuff and just laughing. We could not stop laughing because we were just hanging out together and it was perfect.
Being friendly isn't the only quality that makes people love her.
Sometimes she is a little bit, just has an awkward little humor to her, which I think is very sweet, makes her stand out and just adds another awesome thing about her.
The main reason why I wanted to be an RA is because I love to build relationships with people.
Erica and I stayed roommates for the next 3 semesters, and now she's my RA and she's still my best friend in the whole world.
She's so humble. I'm glad she's my RA.
I couldn't be happier to be on the hall that I'm on, and I look forward to being on her hall next semester and hopefully the following year.
Erica Childs plans to keep making a difference at SAGU. For Frontline Faith, I'm Cassandra Velasquez.
This past Saturday was the 2017 football banquet celebrating a historic season. Football players, coaches, and families met in the Claxton Gym to formally end the 2017 season. Before the award session took place, everyone was catered to steak, salmon, and desserts. Many players were in attendance to receive awards for their hard work. For example, Offensive and Defensive Player of the Year awards. The night was a success and a great ending to the football season.
Along with the people at SAGU, there are many who are crucial to the student development. Miles Koch is one of them. Here's Josh Richter with the story.
Introducing somebody I'm very thankful for.
My name is Miles Koch. I am the dorm pastor here at Gwines Hall, and this will complete my 2nd year at the end of this semester.
Miles Koch came from a small Kansas town with a Texas-sized heart.
I grew up in Salina, Kansas. It's the 4th biggest city in Kansas with 50,000 people. And so, I heard about SAGU from going to fine arts counselor. His name was Peter Pignon, and just really, he made me feel super welcomed and put a lot of interest, and so I made the decision to come.
But what really made him the man he is today is the man he met, Peter Pignon.
I was discipled my freshman year, and it was about a semester of just going through the book of James as well as and we came up with different goals that we wanted for our lives.
Although he is relatively new as a dorm pastor, Miles Koch is already miles ahead of the impact he has had at SAGU.
Oh man, over the short period of time that I've known Pastor Miles, he's become really one of my closer friends, and he's become one of the people that I trust the most when it comes to spiritual stuff and just as a leader in general. He's very, very wise. I mean, beyond his years, he understands people, and he's always been able to give me sound advice whenever I need it the most.
But don't let that fool you thinking he is just that.
Oh man. So when he doesn't have to be the dorm pastor, I mean, he can be a fun-loving goofball.
Before we get started, I need to ask a very, very important question, and I need your help in answering it. Is it okay to listen to Christmas music before Thanksgiving? No? Are we getting, okay, hold on.
Which is, it's good that he can be that way when he's not the dorm pastor, because, you know, when he is the dorm pastor and on duty, he does turn it off really well.
The words he has are worth listening.
Paul is telling us that we should live a life full of thanksgiving despite any circumstances, despite what we're going through.
Even more than that, he's just been a great leader within my own life, being able to kind of show me the ropes of how to be a pastor, you know, and help me to come up through, you know, preaching sermons, things like that, learning how to do more of those pastoral things.
For Frontline Faith, I'm Josh Richter.
As students came back from Thanksgiving break, they started off their week by enjoying a Christmas tradition at SAGU. The 9th annual lighting of the campus included hot chocolate and cookies. Christmas at SAGU is how the campus shares the Christmas spirit to the community around them. Attendees were able to decorate ornaments and enjoy the Tubermeister's performance of a few Christmas classics. Students and families alike had the opportunity to welcome the Christmas season by taking pictures with Santa and Mrs. Claus.
We'll be right back with more Frontline Faith News.
At Southwestern, we endeavor to offer more than the average college curriculum, producing men and women whose lives are pleasing to God, and that's worth everything.
Did you know that out of the 10 fastest growing cities in the United States, 5 are in Texas? After you complete your degree, you'll most likely be looking for a great place to start your career. Why not the Dallas-Fort Worth area? DFW is one of the best places in the nation when it comes to employment after you graduate. Among the 12 largest metropolitan areas in the country, Dallas ranks first in the rate of job growth and second in the number of jobs added. Most students gain internships at businesses, churches, and organizations to sharpen their skills. And those internships often lead to full-time jobs. If you're looking for a great place to start your career after graduation, join us in Waxahachie, Texas, just south of Dallas and Fort Worth. Experience the area for yourself. Go to sagu.edu/visits for more information.
Joyous times are ahead. Here's Kat Burns with the story.
Becca Joy Canfield embodies true happiness, living her life one spontaneous step at a time.
Spontaneity, I think, makes life what it is. I just
never want to live my life in any state of normalcy where I know what my tomorrow is going to be like or what my entire day looks like.
Becca's adventurous outlook on life landed her here at SAGU.
I had my heart set on this one school. I wanted to go there for music therapy because I played the violin for 15 years. I applied to 6 music schools, got into them, auditioned, the whole thing, and I toured all of them, and I just didn't feel right about any of it. And then I came to SAGU for campus days and fell in love. I knew that I had to be here.
The choice to come to SAGU was nothing short of the perfect decision.
So SAGU has made me a completely different person. I came here knowing one person, so having to find new friendships, having to figure out what kind of people I am going to choose to be friends with, not out of convenience, but out of I truly like this kind of person, and so these are the people I want to surround myself with. I love traveling, I love adventuring. I pretty much just say yes to everything and then I see what happens from there. I love podcasts. My number one favorite podcast is called Tell Me Something I Don't Know, and then you learn things just that you would literally never learn in any other setting, right? Just these random facts, and that's my favorite type of stuff to learn.
I definitely love the fact that Becca is truly genuine and real. I know I can talk to her about anything, and she's not going to react in a negative way. She's going to challenge me, but she's also going to support me and just listen. She's very passionate about all people.
I think people are so easy to love. When you love people, they're gonna love people, and it's contagious. Even within the context of the body of Christ, everyone has something different to offer, and we can't do life alone. You have to do life with each other, and you have to do it as a community, and it makes everything more exciting because you wouldn't want to do it alone.
Becca's love for people turned into a passion she wants to pursue for the rest of her life.
Education-wise, I would never get to learn the type of counseling that I get to learn at SAGU anywhere else. It's spiritually based, so you learn a lot about God as you're learning about people and as you're learning about yourself.
She's gifted in counseling, she's gifted in relating with people, she really feels for people. So I know that that's what she'll be doing the rest of her life.
For Frontline Faith, I'm Kat Burns. Matthew 18:20 says, "For where 2 or 3 have gathered together in my name, I am there in the midst." Here's Jeremy Carr with the story.
Matthew 18:20 says, "For where 2 or 3 have gathered in my name, I am there in their midst." Savelle hosted a prayer night to let go and let God. Students came together to let troubles and worries out in prayer so they can become one with the Lord and not feel as they're alone.
Tonight, what I hope to gain, I think what everybody else hoped to gain, is just a little relief from Jesus, to connect with the Lord and to connect with Him just for a moment, to make our burdens lighter, to bring a little peace and a little rest, and I don't know, just to connect with God and know that He's going to make everything okay.
We've all heard stories of a group of people who come together in prayer and receiving amazing results. Prayer opens up your heart to the needs of others. Not only does it bring encouragement, joy, and a feeling of love amongst believers, but it also shows togetherness and the body of Christ working together, submitting to the will of God. With Frontline Faith, this is Jeremy Carr.
Frontline Faith News hopes you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's. I'm Kat Burns.
And I'm Elijah Munden.